Hello class, today we'll be looking at how to use our bodies to adapt for a tailored jacket and as well as to build our collar and some other aspect of it. We're going to start with the front because the front is the technical aspect of it, and it is called tailored jackets and a tailored collar. So we'll be doing that now. So the first thing we do is to extend the waistline by 1 inch. That is, you extend the waistline by 1 inch. It should be parallel. This is the center front. It should be parallel to the center front. So I'm going to do that in a while. This is my 1 inch. I am using a small scale. So please, all the measurement I am measuring is meant for a big scale, your size actually, because I don't want us to get confused. That's why I didn't say anything about the small scale, but all the measurements I'm altering is a big scale. So now from this waistline, I've extended it, which is parallel to the center front. On this waistline, I'm going to draw it to make our break point. I'm going to drop it by 3/4 inch. This is 1 inch, remember, 1 inch, and this is 3/4 inch. So I'm going to make this B, I'm going to make this A. This is to tell you the break point, BP break point. And for us to locate our C from here, which is this neck point, I'm going to measure outward 1 inch, 1 inch, and connect 1 inch, like this. That will be our C. Then connect it to B, which is our break point. I hope that place is clear. Now to connect our D and E, F, all like that, I'm using alphabet in order for us to have a better understanding. From here, we're going to measure downwards. You're going to measure downwards 5/8. 5/8, same on 5/8. So I'll make this my 5/8. That's my D. Then from here to, I'll make it my 5/8. You can see it's not a straight line. It's not a straight line. So this is D and this is E. 5/8, downward 5/8, downward 5/8. Do we understand that? Now, for me to this is E. For us to have our F, all we need to do is to extend the line, which I've done already. Then you measure by you're using 2/3, 2/3, 2/3. This is your F, and the extension is what? 2 inches and 3/4. 2 inches and 3/4. Then I'll connect F to B. Are we good? I'll connect F to B. Now, for us to FG, G is the next one. For us to achieve that, on D you measure inwards, that's backwards, and it's not a straight line. You take it a little bit up, especially when you're using your matrix master pattern curve. You take it up at angle 15 in this direction. Can you see what I'm doing? You take it up, then you measure your 3/4. You measure your 3/4. You measure your 3/4. So this is where it is, and this is my G. So 3/4. Then I'll extend it G to A. I'll connect it to A. I took it out because we're still going to measure we are still going to measure the back neck. That's A to wherever. But for now, let me quickly recap. A is the neck point. B is where the break point is. That is, I dropped it by 3/4 on the from the waistline to get my B. C, from A to C is 1 inch. It's not a straight line, you can see. Then to locate our D, from the neck point here, we measured in 5/8. The same thing is applicable to E, and it's not a straight line connected, but I extended the line. On the line, that's E to F is 3/4 inch. Then D to G at angle 15, if I may say, use that, I use 3/4 to take it in. Where I locate my G, then I rule it to connect it to A, then I extended it. So this is where you're going to need to locate your H, is where you're going to need the back neck measurement. How do you do that? You take your taper in this form, you measure, you follow the curved line of the neck, the back neckline, you measure. So I have done my own measurements, plus whatever you get, plus 1/8 inch, plus 1/8 inch, plus 1/8 inch. So that will be our H, which means A to H is the back neck, the back neck measurement plus 1/8 inch, because we're going to need it. Now we've gotten our H. For our high, for high you measure backwards 3/4 on the same level of the neck, back neck measurement. You can see I've measured my high. This is high. Then the next thing I'll do is I'll take it down with my curved parts to A. It shouldn't be so curvy, do you understand? But they should meet there. Can you see what I just did? It should. This is I, don't forget that, letter I. So now to locate J, all you need to do is, from high you take it up by 2¾ inch, 2¾ inch, 2¾ you can see at angle, let me say angle 10. It's not a straight line, this is a straight line. Do you get that? But I took it at angle 15 or 10 thereabout. So I'll make it, this is my J, then I'll connect back J. Can we see that? Now we need to make some markings. We need some markings here. How do I mean? From E we will measure out. From E here we will measure out 3/4, because that is where the dots, the color will meet. We measure 3/4. So I'll say this is E1. That's where my 3/4 ended. From F, I'll measure up on a straight line. I'll measure up my 1 inch. Do you get that? My 1 inch. My 1 inch. I'll make it E2. Then from E1 to E2, I'll measure 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. It might meet it and it might not. Do we understand that? So I'll just rule the line. 1.5 inches. Don't forget that. 1.5 inches. Then the next thing we are going to do is to connect J to E2. Can you see that? It's very simple. I started with the front because the front is the technical aspect which you need to really deal with. So this is our collar, this is our lapel, and this is the borders. So all you need to do is to close the shoulder dart. If you want, you can make your waist dart too by making it smaller. That is, whatever is here, you divide it into two. It means that the center front will have about 4 dart. That's 2 on the left, 2 on the right hand side. And if you want, you can pick it. Then you trim off the bunkness. Now, this is the shoulder dart. Of course, you need to close it. And one thing again is, here you can also reduce this by taking in 1/2 inch from here. That is, for you to have a slim dart, you can measure from this waistline 1/2 inch, and you connect in this direction, which means the center back will be in pieces. Do you see what I did? The center back will be in pieces. Yes, because we've taken out part of this that is out from here, and it's going to give you a nice fit, which means at the end of the back will be in pieces. But in case you don't want the back to be in pieces, there's no need to do this. There's no need to do this. All you need to do is to pick your dart. So this is our tailored jacket and tailored collar, and all we need to do again is to shape this part, the hem, so it can have a nice finishing. Though it's not compulsory, but if you want, you can cut it out like this and do whatever you want to do. But if you don't want, if you want it to have a slight curve on this line, the extension line, you drop it by 1 inch. Drop it by 1 inch, then you take it to the center back this way. To take it to the center back, can you see what I did there? Sorry about that. Take it to center back this way, then you can measure backward 2 inches or 3 inches, depends whichever works for you. The same thing, yeah, 2 inches or 3 inches, depends on you. Then you curve it. You curve it, so that's just it. You blend it, yeah. That's just it, which means this kind of jacket you'll be wearing camisole in it. Remember, this is the centers, the side seam, size seam. So at the end of the day, of course, you're going to separate the collar from the bodice itself. When you're cutting that, you'll be cutting this way. Sorry, you'll be cutting this way. You follow this line. Let me darken it, so let me blend it so you see it clearly. Yeah. So what I'm doing is blending, so you'll be able to know where to cut out. So that is it. Thank you. You can get your tools at WAJUCOUTURE and Fashion Tools 44. Thank you. We would like your feedback to know if we are doing good or otherwise. Thank you.